So we're continuing with our work on different types of linear equations. Your last lesson was on direct variation, and I've added a few notes to this. A linear equation that is a direct variation fits into this format, y equals kx, where k is the slope, and every single direct variation equation passes through the point 0, 0. Today, we are starting on slope-intercept form, one of your new best friends. Alright, you know what to do. Here it is. And if you can see it on this screen, you should copy it down. So very important on page 306, they are helping you figure out what a y-intercept is. You just wrote down the definition of it. There are two lines here. This red line has a y-intercept right at the origin, which means the x value is 0 and the y value is 0. This blue line, probably a little more helpful for you to figure out what this is. You want the point where the x value is 0, and when the x value is 0, the y value is -3. When you're looking for the y-intercept, you're looking for the x value of 0. And here it is. You also just copied this into your notes. The slope-intercept form of a linear equation. So we're talking about lines. This is a category of lines that fits into slope-intercept form. Always non-vertical. Y equals mx plus b, where b is the y-intercept. This is really the only new thing. I do not know why in this form slope is labeled as m, whereas in direct variation slope is labeled as k. It's a good question for somebody with some free time. So problem 1 is lovely and simple and straightforward. They just want you to figure out what's the slope and what's the y-intercept of the graph of this line. Well, use what you know about slope-intercept form. The coefficient of x is the slope, and the other thing that you're adding is your y-intercept. So if this is the formula, the equation you have, the slope is 5, and the y-intercept is -2. Not 2, -2. You move on to got it number 1, A and B, and for letter B, I want you to write a new equation for me. My Rubik's Cube has been impressed into household decorating, so I'll just have to wait this way. Alright, when you are working on problems out of your book, I would be very happy to see you copy the equation over so that it's obvious to you and to me what the equation is that you're working on. So here's the equation they gave you. The slope is -1/2. The y-intercept is +2/3. For letter B, slope will be the same. So equation will become y equals -1/2x minus 2 1/3, because we moved down 3. So I subtracted 3 from 2/3. Alright, in problem 2, they're giving you the slope and the y-intercept, and they want you to write the equation. So use your new best friend, slope-intercept form, and just plug in what you know. The slope is -4/5, so that goes there. The y-intercept is +7, so that goes there. And you're done. Try got it number 2. Your answer should look something like this. Actually, your answer should look exactly like this. Y equals 3/2 x, 3/2 is the slope, minus 1. -1 is the y-intercept. Oh, look, it's another multiple choice. Okay, the point here, they want you to figure out how to write the equation given the graph. The easy part is finding the y-intercept. Just look for where x is equal to 0. There it is, -2. You have to be very careful when you're given these graphs that you choose a point exactly. For example, this point, x equals 1, y equals 0, is clearly a point. That one is clearly a point. This is not clearly a point, so don't try picking x is 1/2, hopefully, and y is -1. Choose your obvious points, because you need to have 2 of them to find the slope of your line using the process you learned in the last lesson. Oh, no, 2 lessons ago. Change in y over change in x. You need 2 points to do that. So you end up with this equation for your line. And now you are going to try it. Got it, number 3. And reasoning is just a thinking, it's not a writing. Here's your graph. Remember what I said about choosing your points carefully. It's quite easy on this graph. So your y-intercept is going to be 2. Your slope, these are 2 of the points that you have to work with, and I do want you to write down the 2 points that you choose so that I can see that you go from this to this correctly. Change in y over change in x equals -1, so there's my slope. And there's the formula for my line, y equals -x plus 2. I could also have written y equals -1 plus 2. Either one is correct. All right? Your classwork for your next class is right there, and I will have check sheets for you. We will finish lesson 5-3 next time. Good job!